I Know What You Did Last Summer is back with a requel with Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., and a new cast of characters that know nothing about the judicial system or liability when it comes to being a criminal.
Or the past of where they live.
I can say, as we get started, that I Know You Did Last Summer is the worst movie I've seen in theaters in well over a decade.
Yeah.
And as a 36-year-old man, there's nothing more I hate than the word cringe. But it is the cringiest movie I've seen, and by far the worst legacy sequel of all time.
I will go out and say it is a wasted or worthless attempt to bring back a series that I've ever seen in my life.
I can tell you right now that I give it a negative score. I was thinking while we were watching, I just want to rush right into this if that's okay.
No, that's fine, because I wanted to do the exact same.
I will say that it makes the first two movies even worse. And I would say it's like a -6. It is a groan-inducing, horrible film that made me feel extremely old and mad at young people for the first time.
You know what?
As an aging, complaining millennial.
You know what the best thing is about this movie? You already know what happens in this movie because it's the exact same movie. But somehow, dumber.
Okay, so we have a group of teenagers once again led by Danica and Ava.
Yep.
Who
You will forget their names. They are worthless.
But I will say Madeline Klein does play a character that you will hate very well. And Chase Sui Wonders plays Ava, who is our every girl.
I don't know.
And then we have Tyreek Withers, who plays Teddy.
Oh, wow. His name is Teddy. And in the first one, there was somebody called Barry who they called Bear. So now you have Teddy and Bear. Okay,
we have, he is the son to Billy Campbell, fresh off Rocketeer. I always thought Billy Campbell would have made the best Nathan Drake.
Yeah, he would have been good.
Probably a little bit too old. But Billy Campbell plays...
He played a good brother, though.
Yeah.
He played an awesome brother.
Billy Campbell plays Grant Spencer, a local real estate mogul who we've found out has come into Southport and completely overhauled it as a big resort town. Mm-hmm. The Hamptons of the South.
Yep.
We have Sarah Pigeon, who is Stevie. Something happened to her parents. She had a fucked up childhood, and she joins the kids in the car ride.
I want you to remember that point, and we will come back to it in just a little bit.
We have Freddie Prinze Jr. Reprising his role as Ray Bronson. We will get to him later.
Oh, yeah.
And Jennifer Love Hewitt, who is shockingly wasted as her return to Julie James, who is audibly groan-worthy with her one-liners and her callbacks to the original film that... For some reason, this movie thinks was one of the greatest horror films of all time. This movie really, really thinks that I Know You Did Last Summer from '97 is a masterpiece.
They think that I Know What You Did Last Summer was Scream.
Yes.
They really do. And you can tell throughout every frame of this movie that they think, man, the crowd's going to eat this up.
Yep.
And my God, now let me just say this real quick. At no point in time have I ever thought that this movie was going to be a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I thought at least this movie would pull off a 6.
Yeah. I walked in with very normal expectations.
What is given to us only makes it seem like this movie was rewritten 3 times. To me, is what it felt like.
Yeah, I think top to bottom, this thing is just an absolute piece. We have a very strange premise here where Danica is getting married to Teddy.
Yes.
She's about to be the number one girl to the real estate empire.
Yep.
Ava comes back, I guess after her mom died. We don't know.
Or she was in college. I think she's in college, or she has a job or something like that. We don't really know, but she's back.
and she's here for the wedding party or the it's like a family get together, engagement party to celebrate Teddy and Danica's get together. She reunites with Milo Griffin, a completely hollow man. With who his champion quality is being a beta, and I gotta be honest, if he has sex with Ava later in the film, and she simply asks to be choked, and then he has a full-blown panic attack. And punished, and he has a full-blown panic attack, and leaves and gets killed because of it. I like dudes that choke women when asked in my movies. I do not like Milo.
I don't.
You're indifferent?
To me, it was what happened to me was because the reason why all this happens is, of course, they all get together. They go up to Reaper's Curve.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about this situation.
Yeah,
let's
that's
go.
why I'm leading into it. So all of them are together. They're happy. They're back together. They end up seeing Stevie, who is their friend that faded away. She used to be close with him. She is now out of rehab. They reach a handout. They go up to see the 4th of July fireworks.
At the best place to see it.
At, of course, the same fucking curve that the first movie took place at, where the first death happened.
So they park their car on a blind corner, on a cliff.
Yes, while fireworks are being blasted off and while they're smoking weed.
Teddy's acting damn full. He's smoked some weed. He's in the streets. He's playing chicken with cars in his body. Milo goes to save him. Here comes a truck, swerves, misses him, hits some railing. They genuinely do their best.
Like in this movie, they do what they don't do in the first movie. I will give them this. They actually do try to help this person.
Yes.
They are like, oh my God, Teddy's telling them, hold on to the back, don't let it fall over. I'm going to try to get him out.
The truck is teetering. They're putting all their weight in. Teddy is Milo desperately trying to get this guy out the door. They fail. The truck goes over the cliff, but not before Teddy's jacket is snatched off of him, which they don't bring back.
They never do anything with it.
And immediately the film just loses me altogether. I was never gonna be in it because these are kids, or they're not kids. They're adults. They're adults in their 20s. They just literally did nothing wrong.
There was an accident. There probably would have been some consequences.
There's a little bit of culpability here.
There would have been consequences, don't get me wrong, but they reported it. They were setting it up to where it's like, hey, we messed up. Come help us. But instead of doing that, the writers decide, but what if we just made them do the exact same thing they did in the first movie and just pretend like they did something absolutely horrible and then they kept a secret?
They did not hit anybody with their car.
No.
They did not. Somebody died because they were standing in the street
Watching fireworks.
It is no different. The plot could have been they took their kids to the cliff and one of the kids ran out in the road and then the car swerved off a cliff and died. There is nothing like maybe a year sentence for manslaughter with a 6-month fucking plea deal if they go to jail for this.
Well, they mainly would have gotten in trouble for probably smoking weed and being intoxicated.
Unless it's legal in that state, which I don't know. But
that's all whatever.
It's all very, stupid. Very stupid.
It is stupid. It's not like they did in the first one and hit somebody with a car.
Yes. No, and there is no reason for them to not call the police about this.
Which they do. But then they leave the scene.
Yeah, and then they cowered out. They go home and they make a pact.
Which then makes them in trouble. Which then makes it to where they royally fuck up. Because they leave.
And they drive past the cops and lo and behold, a year later, Danica has broken up with Teddy because of the fallout of this accident. Their marriage that we celebrate in the movie does not go through. And now there's a new engagement party. Danica is now getting married to Wyatt, who's played by a very good-looking Joshua Orpin. That guy was good-looking.
And don't forget, Ava has an edge now because she's having sex in an airport bathroom
with
Tyler, I think is
with Tyler, who is a horror podcast.
Yes.
I felt extremely old. I'll be frank with you. If I see a horror podcaster in a horror movie, I know that this is a Randy angle, and I do know that this is a natural evolution. If Scream was made in 2012 to 2020, Randy probably would have been a horror podcaster.
Or, yeah, he would have been like the guy in Scream 4.
Yes, yes, exactly. I am not under any illusions.
Yeah.
Still, if I see a character that is a horror podcaster, I hate them. Whether it's the little kid in fucking Ghostbusters, or whether it's Tyler, to me, this like, even though Randy, again, like, Randy makes sense, like, even though I understand this is the inside man for the movie, it reeks to me of a script written by somebody who doesn't know horror. It's like, oh yeah, a horror podcaster should be in this because because my second cousin listens to true crime. That's just how it irks to me. But yes, Ava meets Tyler randomly in the airport, and they're fucking getting down in the stalls. You know, Ava's open. She's down to clown with whoever, whenever. And this is one of my wild issues is that later in the film, and it is a movie with no good kills.
No, it's the exact same as the first movie again. Everything is showed off screen. And then whatever it is showed on screen, it's not good at all.
And even our one attempt at actual real Carnage is a CG hook going through the neck, and it's not effective at all. We have Tyler in a scene with Ava, and they're investigating the original place where Sarah Michelle Gellar and her sister get murdered, right? Or actually, it might actually be the hall where the pageant took place. I'm not sure which one it is.
No, I think you're right. I think it's where the sister. I think that was the old shop because it's 2-story.
Gotcha. Yeah, because so it's been made over into a restaurant. There's a big chase scene, and Tyler is killed, and I'm never gonna rewatch this again. But it would be interesting to see a rewatch because at that point in the theaters, Tyler sees the killer, and she goes, "You."
It ruins the whole movie.
And so I was like, cool. It's either Billy Campbell, who's Grant Spencer, or it's Milo.
No, I thought the complete opposite. I thought
those are the only two people she had met.
No, but here's the problem. She is a podcaster that is there reviewing everything that has to do with the first I Know What You Did Last Summer, right?
And she saw the article.
She saw the articles. She saw Ray. The only person that would shock her that bad to say you would be Ray. Because she's doing a whole interview. As soon as that happened, I went, cool, Ray's won.
And this is so I thought it was either going to be Milo or Grant Spencer because she's the only like Ray's obviously, you know, a reason she said that, but like in my head, I'm like, cool, it's Milo or Grant Spencer because she's only met Milo and she saw Grant Spencer in articles. Obviously, she saw Ray in articles too. But I would not think that this movie would be so idiotic to have Ray be the killer. But we'll get there. We'll get there in a minute.
No, I'm not talking about that. I want to talk more about Tyler and what my issue is. So, in the first and second movie of I Know and I Still Know, Julie and Ray have basically sworn to secrecy, right? About everything that has happened. Even at the end of I Still Know, they're still playing it off like we have no idea why they would want to kill us.
And we're assuming that they took what happened in the Caribbean to the grave as well.
In this movie, Tyler is talking about everything that happened in the movie, up to the person who died and how he died. They talk about how they committed manslaughter. So it's out there that Julie and Ray were a part of this group that killed this person. Manslaughter. And what happens to them? Nothing. Nothing happens. So you just make this whole big thing from the first two movies nothing by saying, hey, this podcaster knows everything and is telling everybody about it.
But that doesn't make any sense, Grayson, because in this movie, the police force have covered up everything that happened in 1997. This film goes out of its way to make the police gaslight all of our heroes and heroines because what happened in 1997 was an absolute, it destroyed the entire town, right? All the killings. And even the podcaster even knew that it was a fisherman in a slicker. So that promise, Greyson, not only was exposed, but the entire town knows about it, and it destroyed the town's identity. But
And somehow nobody knows who Ray is, but whatever.
But we're also going to keep it a secret because we don't want it to happen again. So once again, logic is gone. And I want to reiterate, none of this should be happening because these kids did, I will say.
They did some wrong.
They did barely anything wrong. One of them would have gone to jail overnight. So
especially in that town.
Especially in that town. Also, on top of everything, do you really think the police would have arrested Teddy for what he did? The Sun selectman, who we already know has the police in his pocket. Why would Teddy be culpable for this if the entire police squad and the city council does not want this to happen again? We go deeper into the film. Finally, Ava is, they're clued in after Tyler's death. And, Ava's attacked by the man with the hook. She scars him. She cuts his arm and stuff. We have a big, long scene, a collection of scenes where they're checking shit out. She goes to Jennifer Love Hewitt, who's only 45 minutes away at college, and she's like, I'd never go back to Southport.
I'll never go back, but it's literally people drive to work that far every day.
I'll never go back to Southport.
Okay.
And Jennifer Love Hewitt's like, I'll never help you again.
I left town to get away from everything. I went 45 minutes outside.
Yeah. Ray runs the local bar, so we do have a little split up happening where Stevie goes to get help from Ray, Ava goes to get help from...
A lot of busy work.
Yeah. Danica decides to go to a cemetery with Teddy, and we get... more cheap kills and dumb chases.
Yeah, a lot of people die that aren't even affiliated with the reason why people mess up at the beginning of the movie.
A groundskeeper.
A
really
dead.
Nice one, too.
Yeah, a groundskeeper's dead. A podcaster's dead. A new fiance is dead. Nobody from the main crew is dead yet or really been in harm until this scene.
Danica is high on drugs for most of the film because she's either coping with the loss of her second fiance, Wyatt, who is murdered, and then getting her head bashed in by Slicker Man on the very parade float that Sarah Michelle Gellar was on in the first movie. And that brings me to another problem, which we mentioned earlier. They lean so heavily on the first movie, which again...
They don't need to.
They don't need to, and it is definitely not the classic they think it is.
No.
And what this does is, we get line delivery and callbacks. Towards the end of the film, Jennifer Love Hewitt utters, "What are you waiting for?" She says it like it's as important as "I'll be back" or "Hasta la vista, baby."
It's because it's the only thing that the movie is known for, really, besides getting made fun of by Scary Movie.
Yeah. So with this, we also get introduced to Pastor Judah, who runs the local church, and we find out that Sam Cooper, who is introduced as the person who died in the truck. And it's not like explained with a visual at all. They just say Sam Cooper died.
He was a part of my flock, and he died. And then whenever that has come out, pastor tells the person who said that to be quiet, to make him look even more suspicious. And even for how dumb this movie already is, I was like, no, he is not the killer. Like, you were trying way too hard to be like, he's a distraction, he's the killer. No, he's not.
But we have some more investigating, and we get this weird, like, just wandering through our last half of the film where again Milo is killed because he's beta and won't choke Ava. He goes outside to his car.
Guess what happens to him? Guess. You're never gonna believe what happens to Milo.
He dies.
How?
Does he get strangled?
He gets choked out. It's one of those things. It's like, I know what you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do this summer. You're gonna talk about how you're gonna kill somebody and then you're gonna do it. I get it. You're gonna have the guy who didn't want to choke someone die to being choked. I get it. It's so cool.
He gets choked to death and left in the back of his Beamer for about 2 days.
I will say this right now. At this point in time in the movie, I almost feel like this started out as like a scary movie script, making fun of I Know What You Did Last Summer again. Because some of the shit that's happening is so funny.
Yeah, it is
has
hilarious.
No right to be.
Yeah. It is not I watched it like this. If you would not know that I was watching a scary movie. You would have thought I was watching a body horror film or something.
Yeah.
But the we get Jennifer Love Hewitt again. We get a couple of scenes with her and Ray. Turns out they've been married. They got a divorce.
You can already tell that Ray is a completely different character just by the way he's acting.
Yeah, Ray constantly looks like the sun is shining on him.
You could tell that they were trying to give him like that Dewey in Scream 5 aura.
Yeah.
But they just dropped the ball so hard. And the problem is that I thought Freddie Prinze Jr. was going to save this movie.
Yeah.
I did, because when you first see him and he's talking to the group, he's really funny.
Yeah.
Like, he's by far the best part of the movie at that point. Whenever he meets up with Jennifer Love Hewitt and they start talking, you can really start to tell that it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
This is about to get really bad. They both have somebody that they're talking to in the group. Ray is talking to Stevie. Julie is talking to Ava. There's been, I think there was another murder at that point.
Yeah.
I think, has Teddy died? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, Milo disappeared.
Yeah, Milo disappears. And so they don't know where he is.
Yeah.
We finally get to the best fight of the whole movie. Teddy versus Slicker Man. And what is the only clever scene in the movie, we have a hallway in Teddy's mansion, and the Slicker Man is standing in front of like a cowboy statue.
Yeah.
And they do an okay silhouette thing. Teddy's high.
And drunk.
And Slicker Man attacks. Teddy gets stabbed and then hooked. Maybe 3 penetrative wounds.
Yeah.
Teddy turns, spins, hooks him, and then Teddy, after getting stabbed, goes, "Woo!" And then he goes, "Oh."
Because he gets stabbed again. And then he tackles the Slicker Man onto the ground, spits blood in his face like he wins, and the next scene you see him in,
The next shot
is him crawling in the worst amount of pain you could be in and screaming for help. Right after he spits in his face.
It is a bloody spit take on the camera lens with him super hyped up and standing over the killer. Spits blood on the killer. Cut to him 100 feet away. Like, it's as quick as he's here. Bam. Cut to him crawling away in absolute death throes. And it's like, why would you not kill him? What are you doing? What are you? It commits.
You already got that much adrenaline up.
Exactly. It commits the #1 horror movie sin in the worst way I've ever seen it done. There's a scene in Scream 2, right, where they have him dead to rights in the car.
Yeah.
Right? And they could have killed him at any time. It's the only thing I don't like about Scream 2, when they crawl over the incapacitated Ghostface, right? And as bad as that is, this is far worse.
Yeah.
Because there's not even an indicative transition that Teddy is in such pain he doesn't have the strength to kill this person.
I mean, he screams. He screamed.
But there's not even a, like, he could try to move the statue and be like, oh, I can't. Or, like, it just cuts immediately to him not even in the same area, right? Teddy gets finished off, and then we have, I leaned over the Grace, I go, this is a clown and cornfield situation. I thought we had maybe Ray and Grant working together.
Yeah, I knew for a fact as soon as we were halfway through that movie, I went, there's more than one.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it. I was like, they're going full on Scream, like, and I still know, like, there's more than one. But I knew as soon as that podcaster said that, I went, Ray is one.
Yeah.
100% Ray is one.
Yeah.
And then, you get Teddy, you get Grant dead. My favorite scene of the movie happens now.
Okay, go for it.
We cut to Ava and Danica have been stuck in this jail, like not jail,
For some
but the police
reason,
station. They lock them up. They're like, they know too much. We don't want to let them out. They'll cause more panic in the city.
Yeah, not legal at all. Okay.
Danica has probably one of the most worthless and biggest waste of time I've ever seen in a movie in my life. For some reason, Danica has a nightmare about Sarah Michelle Gellar's character.
Oh my God.
And this scene is so bad. It is so bad and makes no sense of whatsoever on why she would be dreaming about her. She's never met her, and she's seen one picture. One. The only thing that she knows is that they were both queens. But in this dream, Sarah Michelle Gellar is basically saying, hey, it's your fault, and whenever it's your turn, you're gonna die. Sarah Michelle Gellar starts basically decomposing, and it looks really bad.
Yeah, they did her makeup pretty well, but then they also put a I mean, it's straight up a it's a detexturized Snapchat filter. They didn't like AI her face or anything. It's her. But like they just straight up, like I could have done a mask in Premiere myself with how bad it looks. They just smoothed her face over with like a weird raw filter. It would have honestly been more effective if she was just her regular age in the same outfit.
Yep. So
I was like, man, that's really frustrating.
It is. It was just a complete waste. There was no reason to even have it. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't do anything. It doesn't further the film any. It's just like, hey, here's another actor from the previous movie.
Exactly. And
it's just fodder.
And I think the reason she's in the movie is for an Instagram promotion.
It's fodder.
Yes, it is social media fodder to get you to see the movie.
So I'm already like, ugh, this is so bad. So then, like I said, the jail is freaking out. Everybody's running around. They open the door, say that they're free to go. So Danica and Ava follow the police to the scene of the crime. And what happens now? This is one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in any movie, ever. They find Grant and Teddy's body hung up like they had been caught like fishes.
Yeah.
So they're hung up and they're all disjointed and everything.
It's the only visual in the entire movie that's remotely interesting.
It is. So you see Teddy and Grant and they're all disfigured and hung upside down. Then the police are telling them to get back, and they move this little screen in front of it, and you can see through it still.
Yeah,
so there's this little bitty
privacy barrier.
It's a privacy barrier, but you can see straight through the thing.
whole town is already there.
Yeah, everybody is there. They still see it going on.
Photographers are there. Kids, women, children, grown men are all there in a crowd. It's just like when they catch a shark in Jaws. And everybody's looking at it. And the police go,
and you see right through it. It's blue, and you see right through. It's like a screen door.
It's about this tall.
Yeah. So you can tell that it's supposed to be kind of like an emotional moment, and it is one of the funniest things ever, and it gets better because after this happens, they're all like, we got to get out of here, we need to get away. Ray tells them, hey, leave town, get away from all this, it will follow you,
which also doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense from Ray.
Ray should not tell them this at all.
Ray should be backing them up.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, let's go. Wait, there's Milo's car. Milo's car is at the scene of the crime that just happened. Police are everywhere, and his dead body is just sitting in the back seat. You can see it clear as day. It's just sitting there. It's like, if I'm right here, the car is probably right there. They can see it from the scene of the crime.
They open the door, and Milo's arm flops up, and Ava's like, no!
You mean to tell me they show up there, they see this, and they don't bother to check the area at all?
They're not going to do a sweep. The cops are just so stupid. And on top of that, they're so shocked that Milo is dead. We're dying like flies and Milo is missing?
We haven't seen Milo in 2 days. Oh, it's a shock he's dead, but he's been texting me.
Okay.
You don't check where he's staying or anything? He's just gone?
Finally, that's enough. Danica, Milo, and Ava are like, let's get out of here.
No, Danica, Ava, and Stevie. Milo's dead.
Yeah, Milo.
It would be funny if they weekend at Bernie's, though. Just dancing around, going onto the boat.
So Danica, Ava, and Stevie, they get on a yacht. And Stevie's like, Stevie drives them down the middle of the ocean. And
I just want to give a little time out here real quick and just say this. What you are about to hear might be some of the worst writing and dialogue ever. This is so bad on how they end this movie. Continue on.
Okay, we get they're alone on the boat. Ava and Danica are alone, and the Slicker Man shows up, and and I guess we're like, who can it be?
There's 3 people on the boat.
And Stevie takes the slicker off. She's like, God damn, this is hot. It's hot. What does she say?
Well, that's after she comes at him and she goes, oh, it's so hot.
Yeah, she swipes at him in the slicker, and then finally she takes the slicker off. It is comedically like scary movie quality. She's like, it's hot. I don't remember what she said. It's along the lines of like, damn, this thing sucks to wear.
Yeah.
But we got 6'4" fucking maybe 100-pound Stevie who's been murdering everybody.
It's
kicking
so,
ass.
It's so bad that you're like, yeah, we know that this is not the finale. We know that Stevie, who is outside banging on the window while the killer is chasing freaking Tyler, is not the only killer.
Yeah,
we get it.
Stevie is probably strong. She's very fit. I don't think she just went and strung up these 220-pound men alone.
Like, there's no way she could have, because she was at the scene of the crime while the other one was chasing the other person. Like, she's banging on the window while Ava is stuck.
Yes.
And the Slicker Man is chasing Tyler.
Yes.
So it's like, cool, you have 2 killers.
So I'm like, man, this sucks. I don't want Ray to be the killer. I just don't want to believe it because it's so ridiculous, and it just flies in the face of your 25-year fandom of this franchise. So Ray shows up with peace. They get to the top. Ray shows up on his fishing boat to save the day again. And it's so obviously not the ending because of how rushed it is.
But Shaun, you forgot the big part. Why is Stevie wanting to kill them?
Because she loved Sam Cooper, and she was uncomfortable with going with the other kids or the other people, grown adults, in the car, and she had called to Sam Cooper to come pick her up. Mm-hmm. She also didn't know what Sam Cooper drove, even though they were lovers. Mm-hmm. And she was mad at them, not even for him dying, but for covering it up.
Yeah.
She was mad at them for asking her to keep it a secret. So, we have a killer in Stevie.
She was there.
She was there. She could have gone to the cops whenever she wanted.
She could have stayed and waited and been like, I love this man, I need to stay. But she didn't know he was in the car until after it was done. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
And not even that. Any time during this 1-year period, she could have gone to the cops. And again, the cops could have gone, who was in the road? And she could have gone, Teddy. She owes nothing to Teddy. She owes nothing to this man. No. They're not even friends. Why would she stick up this much and this long and be so mad about it she would kill them instead of just going to the police? It weighs so heavily on her conscience. She would rather kill 8 people than just go to the cops anytime she wanted.
Shaun, that's how you think, man. That's called revenge.
So this solo killer is about to kill Danica. Ray shoots her twice, and
he's a hero.
He's a hero. And it goes like this. there she is. Ray shoots her. She splashes in the water. Cut to Ray's fishing thing. So we already know. Anybody that's ever seen a movie and with the pacing of the cut, we know that is not the finale of the movie.
Nope, because you get Julie scene because she's talking to Ava, and Ava is telling her how Stevie was a killer, but now she's with Ray. But what's this? What happens? Julie realizes something. Something sounds off because guess what? Ray has a picture with Stevie, something we already knew in the movie. We already knew that Stevie and Ray are close, but to freaking Julie, it's the most shocking thing ever.
Not only is it shocking, it's indicative that Ray is probably the killer.
Yes.
This one pic, Freddie Prinze Jr. take one picture of white girl, and then and Julie knows
Instantly kill her.
Because Greyson did this like that in the theater, and I felt really stupid because I was like, is that supposed to tell us something? But you threw up your hands because it's not supposed to tell us anything, but for some reason it tells Julie something, correct?
Yeah, this movie thinks that the audience is so stupid.
Yeah.
Like it is unbelievable.
And there's a part where there's a few scenes where like the people in front of us were like laughing at the dialogue, like they were genuinely. I almost went, "Oh, shut up, you fucking idiots!" I almost said that in theaters. But we get back to Ray's bar, nice place. Okay,
It is a nice bar.
Yeah, it's like Jennifer Connelly's place in Top Gun, kind of.
Yeah, it's got a good name too. It's Ray's Bar. Who owns it? Ray.
It's his place.
It's his bar.
And Ava gets there, and then for no reason really, Ava's like, shit, this dude's probably the killer too. I don't know. So she gets
because he has a cut on his arm from earlier.
Yeah.
Cut the slicker man. Ray is just like, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah. Ray
takes his coat off to do this and walk away. He literally takes his coat off and he goes.
Yeah.
He might as well been like this.
Ray goes, you want a shirt?
What do you think?
I got a bandage on. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Cut from my arm earlier. But she's like, I gotta leave. And she does. She goes to the door to leave, and then Ray's like, hang on, I gotta kill you. Ray gets his ass whooped by this girl. Ray gets fucking punked like crazy.
It's probably one of the worst endings for a killer ever. He is an absolute bitch the whole time. He gets bitched up so hard.
He's got full body weight and a knife on top of Ava, and like with all due respect, Ava, like, I do not believe that Ava could
with adrenaline, maybe.
Yeah, maybe you could diamond press the 200-pound Ray.
But I'm gonna say, hey, way to go, Ava.
Yeah, good for her. She's
fucking Ray up.
She stalls enough time for Julie to show up, and then Julie gives us her "What are you waiting for?" line after,
which is awful.
It is truly.
She goes, "What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?" I assume at that point they wanted the crowd to clap. Nobody did anything in our theater.
Yeah, thank God. We get Julie about to die, and Ava shows back up.
I guess she was about to die. He wasn't really doing anything. He was just kind of standing there.
He was just walking towards her.
Ray honestly has no reason to kill Julie, and kind of what Ray is saying kind of makes sense. He was like, they're making us disappear. They're making it seem like everything that happened is gone, and it never happened. So that's what the whole movie should have been about.
Yeah.
That's what the entire movie should have been about.
There should be no Stevie at all.
No.
There should be no car wreck. There should be no car wreck at the beginning either.
Yes. Like, it should have been about, hey, he is mad and he's bringing the Slicker Man back.
Yeah.
And basically showing him, you will not get rid of my history. That makes more sense.
Yeah, even if like at the most the only tie to Reaper's curve could have been like maybe Ray scouts it for Rex and looks for kids to take advantage of and then murder.
But I mean, he doesn't even need to do that. He could just dress as a Slicker Man and just make it come back and start ruining the town and make him believe it.
Yeah, he could have just done a copycat of 97 and it would have been perfectly fine.
But no, he just takes a harpoon to the chest and dies and falls over.
Yeah. We get a death with Ray, and then Danica washes up on the beach after being lifted by a hook that's probably penetrated most of her organs and definitely her heart, stomach, and intestines.
Yep.
But she washes up. She lives. I don't know. Like, Danica's so stupid and bubbly. I'm not mad that she's alive, but I'm also
I don't care.
Yeah, but I also don't care because
Yeah.
she should be dead.
Yeah.
And her death would have been like, it would have been the only like, oh man, kind of death in the movie. But we're also robbed of that as well. As Ava and Danica leave the hospital with nobody to pick them up.
Yeah, they just have a car on their own, and then some of the worst dialogue again. Like it's very bad.
And then I'm gonna sound like a cis white guy for a second, Grayson. There's a line at the end where Ava goes, "None of this would have happened if men just went to therapy. If men would just go to therapy." And it's like,
What about Stevie?
this is a woman's killing spree. Also, this happened because you guys
Turned your back on one of your friends and weren't there to support her, and then you tried to cover up a crime of somebody that she loved.
and not even a crime that was that bad. What
Yeah.
do you mean? This has, and not to mention, I don't know how to tell you this, Ava. Ray has been through more than you have, and you think that's solvable just by him going to therapy?
It's bad, and you're like, thank God, this movie is over. After even more horrible dialogue about how Stevie is probably still alive and that they should go and kill her. But wait, there's more, because there's a mid-credit scene.
It's rough too. We get Brandy back, and you know Brandy
Has a good line. I
She-
will say this. She says, somebody's always trying to kill that girl.
Yeah,
Which is actually kind of funny.
She
I did
sees
laugh at that.
Julie in the reports on the
Yeah.
news and the post credits. She got a fine husband too. She's living her life. She's doing her best, right? She has nothing to do with anything.
She has nothing to do with this. Nothing at all.
And she's not friends with Julie because her husband goes, "Oh, is that your old college roommate?"
Yeah, you can tell that she still kind of cares whenever she sees him on screen, because she's like, somebody's always trying to kill that girl. And you can tell that there's kind of like that, oh man, I remember what happened to us. I guess that's what they're trying to pull.
Maybe they've been on off and on contact in
Yeah.
the past 24 years.
Yeah.
But they are not close.
No.
And we get a knock on the door, and I lean over to Grace Theater. I go, if Stevie shows up on Brandy's doorstep and Brandy domes her, this will be a 10 out of 10 and completely fix itself. It gets way worse. It's Julie. And Julie shows up and says, "Hey, it's back."
It's been a rough month. It's starting again. And she pulls out a picture of Julie and Brandy's character from I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. And there's an X over Brandy's character. And in this moment, I went, do you realize how dumb this is? Because you know who's doing this.
Yes.
You know it's Stevie. You know Stevie's still alive.
Because they haven't found her body.
Yes. And Ray told Ava that she's not dead. And you know Ava is going to tell Julie that. Why is it such a big shock?
And Brandy goes, "Whose ass do we have to kick?"
End.
But it's like Stevie's. Just put out a
Yeah.
APB
Yeah. Just-
and sit in your house.
Just contact people and just, everybody team up together. I know it's a horror movie, probably a bloodbath. Probably a couple people die. At least you'll be prepared.
Yeah. Hey, Southport PD, Ray had an accomplice, Stevie. You have 3 living witnesses. And you could just be like, "Hey, Stevie just gave me this note. I'm going to need armed patrol around my house for the next couple of months."
Yep.
And if you guys could just put her face all over national news as a serial killer.
You got it. But
got
wait,
it.
they'll want to cover it up again.
So clearly some kind of sequel teaser for a franchise that thinks it's better than it is in a requel that doesn't know what it is. Again, I would say not only is it the worst movie of the past decade that I've seen in theaters, it devalues what little nostalgia I had for the original film.
I will go out and say this. This movie is so bad that I will say that this movie makes I Know look like it's an 8.
Yes.
And I Still Know look like a freaking 7.5. Like, this movie is trash. And I don't like talking this way about horror movies. I don't. But this movie is so bad.
I especially, more than anything, especially in this climate, as being like somebody who wants to champion like young talent and young actresses and actors, like I hate just being like, ugh, young people, they're so stupid. And I think that's why in kind of a period of this for me, I think that's why the Scream requels are so good. It's got a young cast that
they're not dumb.
Yeah, they're not dumb and they're not assholes. And even though I'm twice their character's age, right? I can still identify with them and empathize with their situation. In this movie, I disliked the characters so much it made me feel old and cranky, which maybe I am, but I hate feeling like that. And there's no empathy for any of these people. And I'm glad that they're all dead. And I'm sad that there were survivors. And that's not what needs to happen. Especially in a slasher.
0. 0.
Give it a -6.
That would probably be the only time, and I sat through all of Halloween Ends and Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and I did not ask for a refund. I wanted a refund for that movie.
I will say I did almost ask if you wanted to walk out.
I would have said yes.
Okay.
I would have said yes, and I would have come in, and we would have still done this review, and I would have said I walked out. That movie is so bad, and I hate saying this. It could have been better. It could have been. It could have been at least a 6.
Yeah.
That movie is a 0. I will never watch that movie again. I don't recommend anybody watches this movie. Even if it comes on the streaming, it's like, man, it's just not worth your time.
To make you understand, it's like, there's got to be a point in your life, intrepid viewer, where you saw a review for something you thought was bad, and the review is so nonsensical in its positivity about the film that you think that you want to personally yell at the person who reviewed the movie. Mm-hmm. That is how I feel. Any Rotten Tomatoes score on this that is remotely above a 20%, I just want to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I don't like being that mean.
Yeah, the only way that I can see that people give it that is because of Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah,
it was good. It was good. The only positive thing I will say is it was good to see them back on screen.
In anything.
That's it. Because this might be the first movie I ever saw Freddie Prinze Jr. on the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I ever saw him in a movie until now, in theaters.
Well, thank God it wasn't a major betrayal of a legacy character.
I know. Well, not technically, because Ray's always kind of worthless in movies, and he's even more worthless in this one. They never do anything with his character. He is the most worthless character in any horror movie.
If you love...
Period.
If you love reviews with zeros, make sure and like this and subscribe to Carnage Candy for more amazing takes on I Know What You Did Last Summer. You know, maybe we should watch that Amazon series to cleanse the palate.
No. I will forget this summer. It's happened. It's done. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Go watch our reviews of the original and have a great day.
Goodbye, everybody.